welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all, on Monday afternoon. Got to go in for a 6 to 6 today at work. Not that unusual on Mondays, although they finally got I don't know if y'all remember, we had lost one of our supervisors that did the Monday afternoon shifts. You know, to cover 24/7 on a shift that takes 5 people, and we were down to 4, but we always had that one person that was a fill-in supervisor. And anyway, we got somebody back in that spot. So before long, once we get them trained, then I'll be back. Won't be doing 12s on Mondays. But anyway, I don't mind doing 12s on Mondays. It's not that big a deal. Anyway, so look at there. It was off the weekend, so we didn't shave. It was kind of a long week last week, and it's kind of bled over into this week. I'll tell you a little bit about that as we go. But it is Monday. Y'all hold that thought just 1 second for me. Turn that air conditioner off. I don't like all that noise. The inside part of the air conditioner unit is right up here on top of my bathroom in this apartment. But anyway, so yeah, it's been kind of a long week. So it's Monday, so we're going to do the old traditional Microsoft Monday. We're going to do that with a Clog Proof today, because we've been doing it with the original Micromatic. But today we're going to break out a Clog Proof. Got a brand new, sparking brand new treat blade here. So we all know how good that's going to be. And I'm kind of in an Old Spice mood today. So I've got, if y'all remember, it was sent to me several things here a while back, and one of them was Hoffman's Burn the Ships. And it's a really nice, really nice Old Spice clone. It's strong, but it's not going to sit there and beat me over the head all night at work. But it's really nice. Okay, so let's go back a week. Fuzzy's been running around in my old Expedition with no air conditioner. I've had that thing 9 years, and about every 3 years or so, I've had to fix the air conditioner and put a compressor in it. Compressor goes out, and for whatever reason, it went out last year, and I didn't put a new one in. I just drove around last year. There were some issues, and I didn't spend the money on it. So anyway, last week Monday, got the air conditioner fixed. I drove over to a shop, and I've been trying to use the same shop, but with them I'd have to go and drop it off and leave it, and there were some issues with doing that. We'll get to that. But anyway, so I got it fixed Monday. That was good. And they didn't take too long to do it, and they didn't charge me more than I expected. And they didn't particularly charge me less than I expected, but they didn't charge me more than I expected. But anyway, we got our Sterling board brush today, because I like this Sterling brush. Anyway, Tuesday morning, Agent 00 Devin calls me. I don't know if everybody knows Agent 00 Devin. He's a young guy. He's 24 now. I call him my stepson. Calls me his stepdad. I've known him since he was 15. And anyway, he's living over in Independence now, about an hour's drive away, a little over. And truck stopped running. And when he described it to me, I'm pretty sure I knew what had happened. But anyway, I was off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday last week. It's my short week. So I drove over. I get over there, and exactly what I thought. His AC compressor had gone out. Also, he's got an old Ford pickup truck. Not as old as my Expedition. But and he's having to get money together to fix it. But unlike mine that ran okay for over a year, his clutch bearings locked up. So that was it for that. So I said, well, you just have to drive the Expedition. I got the hoopty. So anyway, he's had the Expedition. And the hoopty dropped an alternator. First I thought it was a battery, so I went and bought a battery. And because it was running and everything was fine, I didn't think about the fact that I need to make sure it's just the battery. That's one of those not real smart. Anyway, long story short, the charge light came on, and I did some reading, and that sometimes happens I thought it was still charging even though I was wrong. So I went Thursday, or was it Friday? No, I went Thursday and said, went to the auto store and said, hey, I need an alternator. They looked it up and said, all right, well, we don't have one. There's not one anywhere in town. We'll have to order it in from Houston to be here 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay. But just so happens my partner's over this week, and I've been able to use their vehicle. But anyhow, so I go and I pick it up. I get back over here to put it in. I went and picked it up before I took the old one off. And the first thing I notice when I get the old one off is that they don't look the same. And I didn't notice it to start with. In my defense, I didn't notice it. So, went back down and we got to looking and they said, well, that's the one that the book shows. And I showed them the old one and I said, well, it's not right. I said, this is what's on there. He said, well, can't you turn it up? Because it has a wide bracket and a narrow bracket. The narrow bracket's for the tensioner, and the wide bracket is what bolts it down on the side of the engine or whatever. I said, well, it's obviously not the right one. So the young guy there, who seems reasonably intelligent, he's definitely got a little common sense, bilingual. That particular O'Reilly's is in a highly Latino part of town, so he's bilingual. Anyway, he went to looking and he found that if he ordered one from a year newer or a year older, I've got an 88, so he ordered one for an 87 to make it work. Now, get it in, get it on, because I had to wait another day then. Well, we don't got one of these in town. We'll get it in for you 7 o'clock in the morning. I get it in. And it's getting hot down here, so I've been working on stuff in the morning before the sun starts coming up. And get it on. And well, still not charging. It only runs, it runs until if I put the booster cables on and I let it sit there and run, it'll run till the battery runs down. So long story short, I had a mechanic buddy of mine that I used to work with. Came over and he tested some stuff, and I talked to the maintenance guy here. We all came to the conclusion that it must be a faulty alternator. So you can get stuff from the parts house and it still not work right. It's possible. So I went back up there, they put it on the tester, and sure enough, it was bad. Now I can't get a new one until Wednesday. But anyway, put a new battery in the car, so when it's all is over with. It's an old Toyota. It's an 88 Toyota Corolla FX. And so when it's all done and said, it'll have a brand new battery, which it needed. It had an it had a 6-year-old Walmart value battery. They're only warranted for a year. And that one ran for 6 years. So it probably wasn't a real bad idea that we put a new battery in it anyway. But it turns out probably the problem was that I just drove it. But the charge light never came on. But probably I drove it until the battery ran down. And I thought it was a battery issue. It's probably an alternator issue. But I'm not going to begrudge putting a new battery in. So when I get through with this, in this case you wondering, this is what a Clog Pruf does to a couple of days ago for the brand new blade. And y'all see it's just been cutting right on through there. Got our witch hazel right there. Y'all remember my old light bulb bottle? Got my witch hazel for my final pass. But when it's all over and said with, I've got a air conditioning in the, what I call the Ghost, because it's white, my old Expedition, 2001. And then I'm going to have a new alternator and battery in the old Toyota. But it's been kind of a long week to get there. And then here in another week or so, Agent 00 Devin will have his money together, And we can take his truck to the same shop that fixed my air conditioner to fix his air conditioner. Which means we're going to have to throw it on a trailer and bring it over here. So I'm going to get to do a little bit of pulling with the old Expedition. It's got the 5.4 in it, so that won't be a problem. Not just pulling a little U-Haul car carrier. About an hour. Normally about an hour's drive. I expect it to take a little longer. Them people drive nuts out on that interstate. I tell you what, I was cussing the other day, driving over there and back, putting up with them people. People do not understand hold your speed. They don't use cruise control. Why don't you use cruise control? Newer stuff all has it. A lot of the older stuff has it. Why can't people use cruise control? I mean, I'm sitting there, I use cruise control, so I know I'm not speeding up and slowing down. And I go and people are coming up faster behind me. And you know, the law is faster, slower traffic to the right. So when there's somebody coming screaming, it doesn't matter. It doesn't say anything at all about whether you're going speed limit or not, boys and girls. Nothing it's in the law says anything about whether they're going speed. It's not your job to make people go speed limit. It's not. So I'm cruising along, and if I'm in the slower traffic, I get in the right. But invariably, when I do the right thing and I get in that right-hand lane, I'm going to get caught behind somebody. And the person that I moved over for that was coming up so fast has either passed me and then slowed back down to where I can't move over and go on, or they come up and then they ride right off my quarter panel my back quarter panel, and keep it to where I can't move over. So I've got to slow down. I'm running cruise control. I'm not speeding up and slowing down. That irks me so bad. There's a section of road just right up the road here that's it's clear shot. It's 55, and people will sit there and they won't move out of the lane. Louisiana says slower traffic, move to the right, but you know, common sense ain't so dang common no more. But anyway, so there we go. We got us a good shave in there to go in tonight. Ought to be getting some new uniforms in. We're being issued ballistic vest where I work. And I think we're going to go to a polo under it instead of a standard shirt because supposedly that's more comfortable. I don't know. I've never wore one. But so anyway, want to look the part and look good, right? We're going to smell good because everybody knows how good Old Spice is. My nose is not good enough to tell the difference in the different Old Spices and some of the clones. It all smells Old Spicy to me, and this one is no different. It's just a really nice. Burn the ships. If you're an Old Spice enthusiast and you want something that's going to a clone, it's a really nice one. I like Sterling Spice just fine. I think it's great too, but this is another one that's really nice. Is the Hoffman's. Burn the ships. Fuzzy's a fan. All right, there we go. Appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next time. So, you know, we're going to go. This is my long week at work. I got one of them good old supervisors meeting yesterday. And this is the first time with this. We got another account manager. You know, about every 3 months we're getting new account managers. But anyway, this one's actually a good guy. And be the first supervisors meeting with him. We'll see how that goes. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.